Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'm going to talk about the golden child and some of the signs that you were a golden child when you were being raised by your parents. So stay tuned. You said like our childhood upbringing has the greatest impact in some of our behaviors and actions in the present life. So the words, the actions, and the behaviors of our parents will play such a huge role in determining or shaping who we are. It's not just parents, also just our caregivers or just the adults near us when we are being brought up. Because in childhood we often yearn to seek or to get their validation and support. And the moment they're not giving us that kind of validation and support in a healthy manner, or we feel that we have to do something so that we can get their love or their attention or their validation, that's when things start going south. And when they don't provide us with this conducive environment, you'll always find another way to earn their attention or to gain their validation. So if it's a dysfunctional family setting where you feel that you have to do something extraordinary, or say like you have to make no mistakes, or you have to get very good grades, or you just have to do your chores perfectly, or you just have to live without breaking any cups, then you'll just do that. You'll just find yourself trying to be perfect or trying not to make mistakes so that you can meet their expectations. And when you live in that kind of environment, that's where you pick this role of being the golden child. So who is a golden child? The term golden child sometimes is called like the golden child syndrome, and it refers to a child in a family. Let's say you are a child who was highly favored, valued by their parents or other family members. And to the parents, the golden child is more of expected to be the one who brings like good fortune, expected who brings like fame, success, or just something who does exceptional things for the sake of the family. And the child may be granted special kind of treatment or excessive praise, and may even receive more privileges than the other siblings. So the other siblings are may not be the other siblings may be punished for some wrongdoing, but the golden child may not be punished. They'll be like cut off some slack. This because like your parents may see you as this source of pride and reputation, and they want you to succeed in life so that you can uphold their image. And they even use you as an example to your other siblings, like you are the baseline for performance and success in the family. And the more you pressure yourself to perform or succeed, the more you find yourself being frustrated. So you want to succeed because you want to prove a point to your parents. So to be a golden child actually is to have no downtime, but more like grinding and grinding, because you don't want to make everyone upset. You just want to be seen as this person who has it all together. And you feel that your greatest motivation in life is, guess what? Your parents. And you feel that you've got to work harder and harder, even if it's overworking, even if it's clocking long working hours. You just have to do it so as to satisfy your parents. It's more of like being the chosen one in quotes, and you have to be perfect at all times. And the thing is, not all parents will do this knowingly, because most of them may do it unconsciously. They think that they are doing it for you. They are pushing you to succeed for you. But they never realize that they are also putting you into so much pressure to perform. So, as a golden child, your parents may see you as this asset, and as I said before, like this asset which is going to bring fame, pride, and success to the family. Like you are the one who's carrying the family's image. And in a dysfunctional family setting, your siblings may start being angered or feel resentful of you because you are being given special treatment. So, in short, you adopt this role of being the golden child when your parents push you too far and leave no room for mistakes, or no room for slip ups in your life, because they don't want you to slip up, because you are the source of their frustration. And the thing about this concept is it's linked to unhealthy or narcissistic family dynamics, and it can have both advantages and disadvantages in your growth and development, and even in your adult life. That's what I'm going to share later on in this video. And when you are groomed to be this golden child, you develop beliefs that for you to be accepted in life, you have to leave no room for mistakes, or you feel so entitled at the expense of anyone else. So, as a golden child, you are conditioned to feel entitled, to be a perfectionist, or to be a super high achiever, or to be so afraid of failure. And those are actually dangerous things to live with in your adult life. So what happens, let's say, when you are a golden child and then you become an adult? So what really happens, or how can you really know that you are a golden child? So the effects of being brought up as a golden child will have unhealthy consequences in your adult life, because those beliefs you developed in your adulthood will play a huge role in some of your decisions and behaviors in your present life. It will affect, of course, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your relationship with your friends, or of your even with your parents, as well as your level of self-esteem and self-worth. And the first thing, actually, the first effect of being a golden child is you will find yourself struggling with self-esteem issues in your adult life. So we first have to understand that self-esteem is how you value yourself, or how you view yourself. So when you are conditioned to attach your value or worth to externalities like success, fame, or fortune, or any other kind of circumstance in life, you just develop this feeling of emptiness on the inside. So the thing you'll be doing in life is you'll be constantly on the lookout for something on the outer world to feel that feeling of deep inadequacy. So the foundation of your life is more of that deep insecurity, and attaching worth, or attaching your deep value to how much you can achieve, to how successful you are. So it will be just a loop of looking for something on the outside, or one thing after the other, because you've been conditioned that if you lack success, or if you fail to achieve, then you are unworthy. So it will be just looking for something. Look, so you are feeling empty on the inside, but you're just looking for something, because you'll never be good enough, even if you try. Even if you try looking for that thing, you'll never be good enough. You'll just keep looking and looking, because your worth is attached to high achievements and seeking outer validation, instead of just being true to yourself. So you'll find yourself struggling so much with self-esteem and self-worth. Secondly, you may tend to be, of course, a perfectionist, because you are groomed to leave no room for failure. You are groomed to always seek perfection in whatever you did, in your grades, in doing your chores, in whatever you pursued in life, because you are the baseline. So without perfection, or when you make a mistake, you will feel that you are letting yourself down, or you are letting your family down, or you are letting your friends down. It's just about, you just have to really be perfect in life. So the result of this is you might end up blaming yourself so much, or even criticizing yourself when something undesirable happens in your life, or when you don't achieve your targets, or when you do something wrong. For example, let's say your marriage doesn't work. You'll always blame yourself, because you view yourself as this person who's supposed to be perfect. So for you, it will always be about, I should have done better, I should have done this, instead of looking at what you've achieved already. So you'll just be living life of looking at your failures instead of looking at your successes. And you will end up setting unrealistic expectations to yourself, and you end up feeling so frustrated when you don't fully achieve them. Even if you didn't achieve, even if you got 99% instead of 100, you still feel yourself like a failure. And the other effect of this is you might end up procrastinating so much on starting on that business idea because you are afraid of failure. So to you, if you might get stuck in this planning phase for years and years because you want to get it right. That sounds familiar, right? You just plan for something, plan, because you feel that if you start, you will fail. So it's much better to remain in this planning phase because if you don't start, there's no failure. You're just stuck in looking for perfection instead of progress because you associate failure with bad behavior or you associate failure with being labeled as bad. So you get stuck with just perfection. Lastly, this is actually also a common one. Being a golden child may lead to development of some narcissistic traits like extreme feeling of entitlement. So you are always overvalued, overpraised, and put on a higher pedestal by your parents when you are a kid. And you are, of course, in front of your other sibling. So you might develop this deep belief that you are entitled to something even at the expense of someone else's mental well-being. This is because your parents may have showed you may have showed less empathy or no empathy to your other siblings, and for you they were showing you high levels of empathy. So they were favoring you in place of your other sibling. So the effect of this is you end up living life having this feeling of huge entitlement without empathy, without looking at the effect of your entitlement on other people's well-being. And when you internalize these messages of being special or exceptional, you might always see those other humans around you or those friends around you as kind of lesser humans or a means to an end. It's a means for you to achieve something. It's just part of your conditioning. So how do you overcome these golden child syndrome, or do you stop being a golden child, let's say in your adult life? So you first have to understand that, like everything else in life, the first thing to do is to just be aware of your current undesirable behaviors or the pain you are experiencing in your current life. And when we talk about awareness here, it doesn't mean that just being aware or being conscious. No, it means being aware and taking the steps to transform yourself by going inwards. Those are two different things. So those patterns like fear of failure or entitlement are causing like discomfort in your present life. But those patterns are actually symptoms of deeply rooted subconscious beliefs you develop because of your upbringing, because of being brought up in an environment where you were overpraised, of course, and you were made to believe that you were this golden child. So those negative beliefs are what feed you with thoughts in the lines of, for you to be accepted or validated, you have to be perfect or just leave zero room for failure, or something like you are special or exceptional and you need to walk over others or manipulate others or control others so that you can get whatever you desire. And actually, our thoughts are what drives our actions and circumstances. So you might, even when you don't want to do something, you might just find yourself doing it because that thought has just been deeply implanted in you. The other thing is we have to understand is being a golden child is not actually a fixed identity. Like, it's not who you are, or it's something you have to live with forever. It's just a learned behavior, and healing is just about unlearning it. You learned it because of your upbringing or your conditioning. So healing is more unconditioning yourself. So once you work on dissolving those subconscious beliefs you develop because of your past experiences, you will understand that you can still achieve those things you want in life. You can still achieve those desires or meet those desires, but now without pressuring yourself or without manipulating others, because you are worthy. And actually, there's no point to prove. Like, there's no point to prove to your parents, there's no point to prove to your friends. It's more of getting to the point where you deeply understand that you are worthy and you don't have to attach your sense of value to outside achievements or to pleasing your community, parents, or friends. So guys, our childhood upbringing has a huge impact in our present lives, but it doesn't mean that it's fixed. The fact that you learned it in the past doesn't mean that you cannot unlearn it now. And that's what healing is all about. It's just about unlearning those things, those people, those unconscious people taught you in the past, so that you can just be present and connect with your authentic self. Hope you found that informative, guys. Feel free to share and comment. And until next time, have a nice weekend.